Hey, what's up guys? So the other day I released a video that broke down the top 5 reasons I think Fortnite is complete and utter garbage. Some of you guys enjoyed the video, some of you provided some rebuttals to my arguments, and some of you were highly offended that there may be people out there who dislike the most popular game around. Overall, I liked the conversation surrounding the game. However, in today's video, I want to highlight just how ridiculous and far-reaching the Fortnite obsession actually is. If you thought you'd seen it all, just take a look at the news coming out of the Wall Street Journal. They published an article yesterday titled, "Ready, Aim, Hire a Fortnite Coach. Parents enlist video game tutors for their children." So let's take a look at the how and the why of this article and find out if this obsession is really as widespread as I think it is. Now, we all know that video game tutor trends have come and gone in the past. I can remember hearing news reports of players hiring coaches to help their children become better at Halo, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. But the reports were not as widespread, and parents were not exactly supporting spending money to help their child continue to sit in one spot and become even more addicted to a video game. One of the most controversial statements from the article involves parents who claim they are embarrassed by the fact that their children are losing matches in Fortnite. I mean, that is just stupid. If you think back to my top 5 video about Fortnite, I claimed one of the problems is its audience is made up of trash-talking 10-year-olds. Well, this is all but confirmed by this news article, as the parent being interviewed has a 10-year-old son. The article claims that this parent fretted or was worried over the fact that her son was not winning, and I quote, "It wasn't the violence or the amount of time he was playing the game that she was worried about. It was the result. He wasn't winning." The article then goes on to explain why this parent felt it was beneficial for her to spend upwards of $20 an hour for a Fortnite tutor. Now, I don't know about you all, but I certainly worry about my child. I worry what she learns, how she learns it, whether she's eating properly, and what her future may hold. As a parent, my mind is constantly filled with concerns about my child's future. However, not once has that worry been centered around whether my child's psyche may be damaged by failing to be great at a video game, much less losing a match in Fortnite. Ultimately, I find that a parent spending money on something like this is completely backwards. It seems to me that if a child puts that much stake in a game, there are already problems brewing below the surface that are much more serious in nature. Think about it like this. If a child is consistently playing video games for hours a day, that child is already being allowed to neglect the meaningful relationships they are supposed to have with parents and friends. It is my opinion that hiring a tutor only makes this problem worse and could lead to social problems later on in their life. Now, don't get me wrong. I've played video games my entire life and probably spent way too much time playing them. But if a child has a genuine interest in video games, shouldn't the parent try to meet them where their interests lie instead of hiring someone else to do it? It makes sense to me for the parents to put forth the effort to connect with their child over whatever their interest may be. In this case, it's video games. In the past, a lot of bonding and growth of character occurred when children were exploring interests or being taught new things by their parents or siblings. As we become more and more of an interconnected and technologically social society, it seems we are simultaneously growing more and more apart to the point that parents think they should hire a tutor for a simple video game instead of sitting down, learning the game with their child, and acknowledging that this could be something they could bond over. I mean, learning the intricacies of Fortnite are nowhere near as difficult as learning to play the violin. Come on, parents. Another issue I have with hiring video game tutors is what that says about a parent's priorities for their children. For those of you who do not know, I am a teacher and have worked at both the middle and high school level. I'm sure you know where this is going. I have struggled in the past to get in contact with parents, to get them to sit down for the benefit of their child, and even had parents tell me that I was not doing my job correctly if their child needed a tutor. In fact, some parents would never even consider a tutor. Now, I know I'm connecting some far-reaching dots here, but I could see these same parents paying for a Fortnite tutor and not thinking in any way they're sending the wrong message. As you can see, the parents who are doing this are again reinforcing behavior that keeps children from succeeding, not just in school, but later in life. Okay, to wrap things up concerning my rant about parents, their 10-year-olds, and Fortnite, I believe it's ludicrous that parents are paying for their children to have Fortnite tutors, or any video game tutor for that matter. Parents need to stop trying to be cool and actually be a parent. But what can you expect when children are raising children, or you have spineless parents? Your greatest duty as a parent is to raise up the next generation and instill in them values that make them want to take an active part in society. So here's my advice to parents. Grow up. Just grow up. Your child's solo wins, squad wins, and kill-to-death ratio will not matter in 20 years when he's still living at home with you and suffering from an assortment of medical conditions because he has literally sat in the same spot his entire life doing nothing. And doing nothing because you set him up to be that way. You are certainly not accomplishing anything by hiring them a Fortnite tutor. So let's deem this the 6th reason why Fortnite is the worst battle royale game on the market. Okay guys, thanks again for tuning into hiswhitelight's Versus for your video game news and commentary. Let me know what you think about hiring a Fortnite tutor in the comments below. Do you think it's a worthwhile expense to take on? Or is it just reinforcing the fact that this game's audience is made up of mostly spoiled 10-year-olds? I have linked the original article below also. Check back soon for my take on the Black Ops 4 beta as well. Until next time, guys.